What's up, everybody? Welcome to the View from Jamestown podcast edition. We are live from the American Coating Show here in Indianapolis 2024, and we have our very special guest, Mr. Todd Jones, returning to the podcast. Morning, Todd.
Good morning. Always a pleasure to be on the podcast, Ben.
Oh, we're happy to have you. Happy to have you. Now, I'm going to see if I can get this correct. Todd currently is the regional sales manager and what was the second half?
Global key account manager.
With Perstorp. Is it Perstorp a Petronas company, or is it still Perstorp, just Perstorp for these days?
A subsidiary of Petronas Chemicals Group.
And that's obviously a relatively new transition you guys are still working through here?
Yeah, a little over a year. So, yeah, we're starting to meet some of the people from Malaysia, interact with them at various events. Yeah, all very positive.
Yeah, good. Good. Obviously, fits you guys into this larger organization with maybe access to some new products and regions and things like that. So I'm sure it's a interesting global transition here over the last year or two.
Yeah, don't hold me to the numbers, but I think we're like 1,600 people joining 46,000. So, yeah.
Amazing.
A little different.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, obviously we're kicking off day one here at the coating show. What's the general mood from folks this week? What are the big things you're focusing on here while you're at the show?
Yeah, I think it's positive. Looks like attendance is pretty good. As far as, our products, we've got some very mature products in the polyol space that we sell into the resins and coatings. We've got our plasticizers. We've got our sustainability message with the pro grades of almost all of our products. Some of the purchasers I talked to ahead of the show seem to be very concerned with supply from their supplier base, and maybe we're very busy trying to address the squeakiest wheels in their supply base.
Sure. Yeah, we're definitely back to a time where, supply and production issues and outages and issues getting freight from A to B is driving, seems like, supply and pricing more so than maybe a big, robust demand push these days.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing demand pick up, and, that's positive after, the second half of last year with all of the destocking.
Sure.
Now I think the demand and the order books are more reflective of the real demand. If people are consuming a product, they need to go out and buy it. They're not just pulling it out of a warehouse.
Yep. And so specific to the coating space, what are some of the big products you're talking to folks here this week? Obviously, I know we've done the Emoltene 100 DPHP for a long time and have been working on the Pevalen. Right. I'm sure both those are big ones for you this week. Yeah,
they're big ones, especially with you and the people involved with the plasticizers. Again, our polyols, pentoritol, trimethyl propane, those are big ones where we're the only producer in the Americas. Also a very large importer of both. So if you take those products and then some of the specialty derivatives of those products, that really keeps us busy here.
Sure, I believe it. I know we've had a handful of conversations already this morning with folks coming and asking us specifically what our bio-based or sustainable products and portfolio looks like. I'm sure that's a continued conversation for you guys. You're getting more and more people actually looking at approving and looking at, like Pevalen and Pevalen Pro, obviously, I'm sure are big products for you here with the sustainability push.
Yeah, it really is. And if you remember my initial presentations on this, maybe some of the reaction was, oh, you're kind of too early. The world isn't ready for this. Now it's really changed a lot, where you have people that have defined their Scope 3 goals. Some of the major paint companies and other companies have created their baselines.
Sure.
So they know, basically, without a baseline, you can't measure your improvement.
Right.
And now people have that, and a lot of traction, with upper management of these companies.
Good.
So now if we can just get out of this cost crunching, if we can get out of that mode, there's some real value there.
Sure. What are your big talking points for Q2 here? You think some of these supply outages we're seeing in Europe and upstream issues are going to continue driving kind of supply and demand for the quarter, or what are some of the big things you're seeing here for the next couple months?
Yeah, I think getting the right products to the right parts of the world, and you've got some shipping disruptions.
Sure.
Inventory adjustments, and then for us, while we're not really facing outages, we can see some outages of competitors' products, but also products that complement our products.
Sure.
So when you really look at it, if you need to use product A with product B and product B is not available, how do you sell product A?
Right. Your availability or your price for product, it doesn't matter if they don't need it, if they can't use it.
Right.
So, well, cool. Any other final notes, thoughts, considerations here for the coating show?
Thank you for having me on, and obviously we'll see each other next week
Yes,
at another
sir.
show. It seems to be what we do these days.
Tis the season. I was
Right.
in Louisville a week or two ago, so I saw some people last week or 2 weeks ago, and then this week and next week, but it's trade show season. I like it. You can see a lot of people in a short period of time. It kind of limits travel a little bit. You can get a bunch done in one place. Indy's not a bad city for it, so I don't mind it.
No, not at all.
Trade show season.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate having you on. Great as always, and we'll talk to you soon, Todd.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.